In today's video, you will learn 15 high-vibe ways to instantly develop your intuition. A strong intuition can be a powerful tool when it comes to making decisions or knowing the intentions of others. It can also help you to interpret dreams and signs, and offer supportive life guidance whenever you need it. If you've been looking for ways to strengthen your intuition and to connect to your own inner guidance system, then this video is for you. 1. Get to know the way messages are communicated to you. The way you connect to higher guidance all depends on you as a person. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. Personally, I always seem to receive bursts of divine inspiration either in the shower or while driving. And while this may be quite common, considering the shower and the car are both places where you don't tend to block your intuition with a lot of intense thought. It's not just location that will determine how and when you best receive intuitive guidance. There are 5 main gifts through which you might experience psychic communication. With practice, you can decipher which gift comes most naturally to you. There may even be more than one. Clairvoyance. The ability to see psychic imagery. This may come in short bursts or flashes in the mind's eye, especially when the ability is not yet fully developed. Clairvoyance comes most easily for visually dominant people, e.g., those who enjoy art or those who are particularly good at visualization using the mind's eye. Clairaudience. The ability to hear messages of intuitive guidance. Clairaudience is common in people who are auditory learners, e.g., those who like audiobooks, podcasts, or listening to public speakers. This ability is also often seen among musical people and those with strong communication skills. Clairsentience. The ability to receive psychic guidance through feeling situations out on an emotional and vibrational level. Clairsentient people can feel the vibration in the room often before they even enter. They are also really good at tapping into physical sensations such as gut feelings, tingling in the hands and feet, or temperature changes. These physical feelings help a clairsentient person to receive the vibrational energy of any given circumstance. Clairempathy. Clairempathy is similar to clairsentience, only the energy is felt more from people rather than whole situations. Basically, a clairempath can intuitively feel into the emotional energy of another person or people. This gift is most commonly seen in more emotionally sensitive people and those with a high level of emotional intelligence. Clairempaths are often very emotionally triggered by large crowds and global events. Claircognizance. The ability to tap into intuitive knowing that arises without coming through any particular sense. A claircognizant person will often know things without really understanding how or why. They are also the most likely to receive sudden ideas or impulses. Claircognizance is one of the most common intuitive abilities and can be seen in a range of different personality types. So, how do you know which way intuitive guidance comes through for you? Start by taking note of when and how you receive divine inspiration. Once you begin to see a pattern, spend more time focusing on doing whatever opens you up to that particular gift. Practice, test yourself, and in time you will begin to see more and more progress as you strengthen and develop your intuition. 2. Trust your gut. A friend of mine recently started dating a new guy. For privacy reasons, I'll call the guy Todd. On paper, Todd ticked all the boxes. He was gorgeous, smart, and successful. But there was just one problem. Every time they went out together, my friend would always feel super anxious. I suggested to her that perhaps she was intuitively picking up that something wasn't quite right. She decided to cut things off with him, and not long after we found out that he was a huge player who had quite the track record, without going into too many details. But I feel like this happens a lot in the dating scene. I mean, how many times do we take that nervous feeling as just butterflies or excitement, only to find out later that we were ignoring a huge red flag? And don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in following the butterflies. But I also feel that sometimes when we are anxious, we will justify it as excitement and ignore the true intuitive message. It's really about feeling into your emotions and being honest with yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself, what is the message here? It could just be that your intuition is working up those intense emotions for a reason. Above all, always trust your gut. 3. Meditate. One of the best ways to strengthen and develop your intuition is to have a committed meditation routine. Intuitive guidance must come through a clear, flow state of mind. When you are emitting constant thoughts and emotions throughout the day, you can cause resistance to the intuitive messages trying to come through. An overactive mind will also prevent you from recognizing signs and messages when they arise. But during meditation, you release all thoughts and essentially become a channel for any intuitive downloads that are waiting to come through. 4. Acknowledge divine insight now. A few months ago, I went to the beach with a few friends. After we had set up and sat down in the sand, I noticed a woman in front of me. Immediately, the word baby popped into my mind out of nowhere. I wondered to myself if the woman was pregnant, but sitting behind her, there was no way to know for sure. After about 10 minutes, she stood up and turned around. What do you know? She was indeed heavily pregnant. Immediately, I acknowledged my intuitive knowing. Now, it's usually in these instances that people will immediately call in the self-doubt, thinking, oh, what a funny coincidence. But the truth is that every time you undermine your own intuitive instincts by calling them mere coincidence, you disempower yourself and hinder your intuitive abilities. In order to grow and develop your intuition, you must acknowledge it. Even if it's just making a mental note of the things you pick up on. Writing them in a journal is even better. Trust yourself. You are an intuitive being, and the more you recognize this, the more you will see of it within your reality. 5. Be present. Being present is the essence of true mindfulness. Only when you are fully present do you become completely conscious of the here and now. Your 5 senses engage, and suddenly you can see brighter and clearer than usual. You can hear the things that you would usually block out. Birds chirping, the wind whistling. When you are present, your only awareness is the current reality you are experiencing right now. Now, you may be wondering how this would enhance or help develop your intuitive abilities. You see, on a day-to-day basis, we as human beings are constantly emitting thoughts, emitting feelings. Rarely ever do we take the time to simply be still and receive. When you take time just to be here now, you open up to receive sensory information. This is why people often notice their sight, hearing, and physical feeling being enhanced during moments of presence. Likewise, a present state of mind is a great place to tune into the 6th sense, your intuition. Next time you are taking time to be present, take note of what messages you receive and how you receive them. I think you will be surprised. 6. Use tools. One of the more common ways to jumpstart a strong intuition is to use tools. Here are a few options worth trying. Tarot or oracle cards. Automatic writing. Runes. Tea leaves. Fire, black mirror, or crystal gazing. Art, music, and other creative outlets. Although tools work well to spark the intuition, it's important to remember that the divine is not in the tool itself but in you. Using tools is essentially like offering your higher self a permission slip. You are saying, when I use this tool, I am permitting myself to receive higher guidance and divine inspiration. Many people find the use of tools to be helpful, so they are certainly worth a try if you are open to that kind of thing. Just remember that the magic always comes from within. 7. Ask for signs. Receiving signs can help you to gain clarity on different challenges or situations that might occur throughout your life. When asking for a sign, you could say something like, if this new job is worth taking, I ask my higher self to please show me a white cat today. Or, if I'm on the right track, please show me an angel number today. When your higher self brings forth these signs, you'll not only receive intuitive clarification on whatever it is you wish to know, but you will also start to build faith in your intuitive abilities. Just like any relationship, your partnership with the divine needs trust to grow and develop. Receiving the signs you have asked for will help you build trust and therefore strengthen your intuitive connection. 8. Affirm through action. The best possible way to keep your intuition in tune is to affirm the guidance you receive with action. Earlier in this video, I mentioned those moments of pure inspiration that seem to just pop up out of nowhere. These ideas are often pieces of intuitive guidance. They are telling you the action you will need to take to achieve whatever goal you have been working toward or manifesting. Taking action on intuitive guidance will show the universe and any divine forces trying to communicate with you that you have received the message, and you are following the metaphorical breadcrumbs. Through this acknowledgement, you establish an open line of communication where you can continue to receive even more intuitive guidance. Now, with all this being said, it's important to note that you should never take action on guidance that doesn't align with your morals and values. Remember that your life is yours and you always have free will. And if you decide not to take action on your intuition, don't fret too much. There will always be more opportunities. Maybe even sooner than you think. 9. Let go of the unknown. Part of the reason why many people seek to develop their intuition is that they fear the unknown. However, the truth is that fear can actually hinder your intuition from fully developing. You see, whenever we fear something, we hold focus on it. The law of attraction states that like attracts like, and this means that whatever holds your attention will continue to manifest. By fearing the unknown, you will only attract more unknown situations to keep you in a state of fear. Remember that the unknown is part of what makes this journey so authentic. Accept it and embrace it. Even those with the strongest intuitive abilities can't foresee everything. And they wouldn't want to either. By reacting in real time to different experiences, we can authentically form who we are and create the world we want to live in. Positive reactions help us to manifest more of what we want. And negative reactions help to show us exactly what we don't want. If you always knew what was going to happen next, you might not be able to embody that same authenticity. So be excited for what's to come. Even if you don't intuitively pick up on the whole picture. Remember, fear will only cause resistance toward your psychic development. Be open to whatever your future holds and the future will open up to you. 10. Pay attention to your dreams. For many of us, intuitive messages are brought forward through the dream state. This is because the dream state is very fluid. It lacks the resistance that can only be formed through a waking human experience. The dream state is full of flow and fluidity, making it perfect for intuitive messages to be brought forward into your consciousness. Keep a dream journal and make a note of your dreams. Try to decipher them and make predictions on what your dreams could mean about future situations. 11. Practice. The intuition is a muscle that must be exercised. Like anything, practice makes perfect. So you may be asking, how exactly do you practice being intuitive? Well, it's simple. Try making heartfelt guesses in everyday situations. Tap into your inner guidance system by closing your eyes and focusing on your breathing for a few moments. Feel into your heart center and ask for guidance. Feel the answer to your question and then test yourself to see if you are right. One way to do this is to take turns with a friend using your intuition to guess what the other is thinking. Start by thinking of a shape or a color. And then an animal or something a little more difficult. Another way you might practice your intuitive skills is to try and foresee what color cars you will see while driving. Or by tuning into what songs might play on the radio. Opportunities to practice your intuition are all around you. Just take a look around. 12. Check in with your body. Gauging the sensations within your body is a great way to really feel into your intuition. Recognize the different feelings and take note of how they foretell future situations. For example, a racing heart rate might speak of excitement or love coming into your life. While a tingly feeling in the pit of your stomach might be a warning not to take a risk right now. Throughout time, people have referred to feelings within the body holding special significance toward intuitive feelings. Having cold feet is a sign of intuitive doubt, although these days it's used more as a metaphorical expression. An itchy palm tells of money coming. And hot ears are said to mean that someone is talking about you, hence the saying, "My ears are burning." If you keep a daily journal, note down significant feelings in your body and see if you can find any patterns between physical sensations and the way your reality unfolds. This will help you to better recognize the intuitive cues being channeled through the physical body. Remember, it's all about acknowledging your intuition in order to strengthen it. 13. Make your own decisions. How much confidence do you have in your own decisions? Do you flip back and forth questioning yourself at every turn? Are you someone who needs the opinions of friends and family to fully trust yourself? Well, what if I told you that by needing other people to guide you in life, you undermine your own intuition? For the intuition to develop, it needs to be acted upon. In other words, you need to make confident decisions on your own. Your intuition is speaking to you all the time. So if something feels right, go for it. If it doesn't, pull back and wait until you receive that nudge of higher guidance. Hold strength in your convictions and trust in yourself. Follow your heart and you can never go wrong. 14. Decalcify your pineal gland. The pineal gland is a tiny pine cone-shaped gland in the center of the brain that plays a vital role in a variety of human functions including sleep, the sensing of environmental changes, decision-making, perceptions of reality. A healthy pineal gland is said to be the key to spiritual awakening due to its ability to release DMT in the brain, essentially lifting the veil between the physical and non-physical worlds. Unfortunately, human evolution has led us down a track where we are essentially shutting down our own pineal gland through the processed foods we eat, pollutants in our environment, and toxic water supply. Basically, the toxins we consume in this day and age enter the bloodstream which circulates around the pineal gland. After a while, these toxins build around the gland causing calcification. Pineal gland calcification prevents spiritual growth and therefore shuts down our psychic and intuitive abilities. So with that being said, to develop a strong intuition, it's important to decalcify the pineal gland. Here are a few ways to do that. Don't drink fluoridated water. Fluoride is toxic and should not be ingested. Use fluoride-free toothpaste if possible. Stay away from processed foods and as much as possible, eat organic. Always use BPA-free drink bottles. Stay away from non-stick cookware. Spend time in sunlight. Sleep in complete darkness. Keep a regular meditation or yoga routine. 15. Keep an intuitive journal. Congratulations! You've reached my last tip for developing a strong intuition. Now, throughout this video, I have mentioned using a journal, but given the sheer power of this tip alone, I felt it needed a special mention. If you don't already, start keeping a journal. Take note of any time you notice a possible intuitive nudge. Be it a gut feeling, a random idea that pops into your mind, or even the dreams that you have at night. Keeping a journal will enable you to start picking up patterns and identify the most common ways you tend to sense things. You will get to see your psychic abilities strengthening, which will enable you to have more trust in the messages you receive. Again, the main thing is to really start acknowledging your gifts in order to strengthen that line of divine connection. Remember that intuition is not something reserved for highly psychic individuals. It's an ability that is available to anyone. Like anything, energy flows where attention goes. Put your attention toward developing your intuition and watch as the messages you receive begin to increase tenfold. Above all, open up to the process and trust yourself always.